Is there a link between a filmmaker losing his life and Robert the Doll? Let's get into it. But before I do, I want to give my condolences to Andrew's family, especially his wife, and I want to take my time to thank Robert the Doll for allowing us to talk about this and to show his pictures. We really appreciate it. Now, Andrew Jones was a Welsh director and screenwriter, and he specialized in indie movies. He worked on a lot of movies. Specifically, I think it was like over 30 that he worked on. But 4 of those movies revolved around Robert the Doll. In fact, the 4th one in that series, or in that little franchise, would be the final movie he would put out in his career in 2019, right before he got sick. So like I said, in 2019, he fell ill and actually did not get his diagnosis with Cushing syndrome until 2022, and he would pass away that following year. This is a very rare disease. It impacts under 100 people per million every single year. But before Andrew passed away, him and his wife actually published a letter publicly on their social media to Robert the Doll. And that is why I bring up the fact of, do we think there was a connection there? Because it seems like they might have. The letter reads, "Dear Robert," and then they go on in the first paragraph to apologize to Robert for not asking permission to film the franchise. They said, "We would also wish to apologize for any harm caused due to how you were portrayed in these films, both in action and appearance. We did not have any say or input in how your features were designed, as that was the distribution company's decision. We want to apologize if your feelings or business at the museum has been affected in any way. We promise there will be no disputes or ill feelings with you in the future and wish you only the best. As a possible result of our disrespectful actions, we have both suffered ill health, especially Andrew, who has been diagnosed with a rare life-threatening adrenal condition. He recently spent 20 days in ICU with 12 days on a ventilator," and they also go on to talk about some more terrible and scary things that happened within their family. I am by no means claiming that Robert the Doll did this. I have no idea, but I think it is important to acknowledge the fact that they thought he might have had a hand in everything bad that happened to them, so much so that they published a public apology. I also think it's worth noting, even if you don't think Robert the Doll was involved at all, always be respectful to these haunted objects, because you never know. I mean, there's coincidences exist, sure, but like, just respect these objects, because oh my goodness.